Dear friends, welcome to Bond with RK Chemistry YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to explain the questions which are appeared in SUPC entrance examination from 2016 to 2020 from chemical kinetics lesson. So these are the questions which are appeared in different years from chemical kinetics in PC entrance examination of Hyderabad Central University, that is University of Hyderabad. Using the pre-equilibrium approximation, the predicted rate law for the following multi-step reaction is here multi-step reaction is given. The first one is fast step, second one is slow step. So rate depends on slow step, that is rate determining step. So from these two equations we can write rate R is equal to rate constant K. Let's take this rate constant as small k and equilibrium constant as capital K. And the concentration of reactants A and concentration of B. From equilibrium, you can write capital K is equal to concentration of products, that is concentration of A square and concentration of A2. So from this, we can write concentration of A is equal to K concentration of A2, this one square is equal to. So that implies concentration of A is equal to root over K into concentration of A2. So you can substitute the concentration of A in this equation. You will get R is equal to K into, in place of concentration of A, you can substitute root over capital K concentration of A2 and this one concentration of B. Okay, let's take this one small k and root over capital K as K effective. This one is K effective. So finally you have concentration terms A2. This one is power 1 by 2 and concentration of B. So which one is the correct option? C is the correct option. R is equal to K effective into root over A2 into B. The slope and x-intercept of Line-Weaver-Burk plot. So this is the plot between 1 by V and 1 by S of enzyme kinetics R respectively. Here V is reaction rate, S is concentration of substrate, V maximum is maximum rate, and Km is the Michaelis constant. We know the equation of Michaelis Menten equation. You know, according to this equation, V is equal to V max into concentration of substrate divided by Michaelis Menten constant and concentration of S. So when you rearrange this equation, when you write 1 by V, it will be equal to Km concentration of S divided by V max concentration of S. When you expand this equation, you will get Km by V max into 1 by concentration of S plus there is a cancellation of S term, so you will get 1 by V max. Okay, this equation is similar to y is equal to mx plus c. Here y is 1 by v. It is a plot between 1 by v and 1 by s. So y is 1 by v, x is 1 by s, and c is 1 by v max. So when you take this equation, here slope m is equal to km v max and x-intercept, c is x-intercept is equal to 1 by v max. Okay, if you want x-intercept, this is y-intercept. If you want x-intercept, let us take a as x-intercept. Then relation is m is equal to minus c by a. So A is equal to minus C by M. Here C is x-intercept, so minus 1 by V max divided by what is the M value? Km by V max. So here V max cancel. So then you will get minus 1 by Km. So here the slope is Km by Vmax. Km by Vmax is the slope, and the x-intercept is minus 1 by Km. So B is the correct option. The overall rate constant K for a three-step chemical reaction is K1 root over K2 by K3. The activation energies corresponding to the three elemental reaction steps are 74, 192, and 10, respectively. The overall activation energy for the reaction is approximately equal to. Then, what is the relation between activation energy and rate constant? K is equal to A into e power of minus A by RT. This is the relation. Suppose let's take the first element step, the rate constant as K1 and the activation energy as EA1. Let's take EA1 by RT. So for a second one, K2, A2 e power of minus A2 by RT. And the third one, let's take A3 e power of minus A3 by RT. The overall rate constant, that's K is equal to A into e power of minus A by RT, is equal to K1 into root over K2 by K3. So when you substitute, then K is equal to K1, A1 into e power of minus A by RT1. So this one K2 and this one is K3. So finally you will get A1 e power of minus A1 by RT into A2 e power of minus A2 by RT. Okay, there is a root term, so you will get 1 by 2, and divided by root K3. So you will get A3 e power of minus A3 by RT 1 by 2. So the overall rate constant will be K into some A1 into A2 power of 1 by 2, A3 power of 1 by 2. And when you take exponential term minus, there is a common term 1 by RT is common. So you can common it 1 by RT minus 1 by RT. Okay, you will get A1 plus 1 by 2 A2 minus 1 by 2 A3. So finally, the overall EA, that is equal to A1 plus 1 by 2 A2 minus 1 by 3 A3. So you will get A1 is given 74, 192, 2 by 2 minus 10 by 2. Okay, after simplification, you will get 165 kilojoule per mole. With increase in ionic strength of the solution, the rate of chemical reaction between two cationic reactions. There is a equation, Bronsted-Bjerrum equation. According to this equation, there is a relation log K is equal to log K naught plus ZA ZB into root over I. This is the ionic strength. ZA, this is the charge on a particular ion. This one is a charge on another ion. Suppose if you take two cations, so this one is positive charge plus 10, this one is plus 10, and you are increasing I value. When there is an increase in I value, the total term ZA, ZB root over I increases. So rate constant log K is equal to log K naught plus there is a positive term. There is a positive term. Since ZA is positive, ZB is positive, there is a positive term into root I. Root I is positive. So when there is an increase in root I, there is an increase in log K, that is rate constant. Okay, this is the graph between root I log K minus or log K by K naught. Okay. When one of the reactant species is neutral, when Z is equal to 0, this is the curve you will get. This is the line you will get. Suppose when ZA and ZB are positive, or when ZA, ZB both are negative, then this is the line you will get. One of the reactants, if one of the reactants has positive and another one is negative, then there is a decrease in log K value. So in this case, there is an increase in rate constant or rate of the reaction when there is an increase in ionic strength. The complex reaction consists of three steps with the rate constants K1, K2 and K3, and the corresponding activation energies are E1, E2 and E3. If the overall rate constant of the reaction, overall rate constant is given, K is equal to K1, K3 divided by K2. Okay, when you take activation energies, the relations will be when there is a product, there is a addition in activation energy. When there is a dividing, there is a subtraction in activation energy. Suppose if you take K1 and K3, the relation between EA1 and EA2 will be EA1 plus EA3 divided by K2. So simply subtract E2 10. So the activation energy will be E1 plus E1 minus E2 plus E3. This is the equation. Order of the reaction for which the half-life doubles when the initial concentration of the reactant is doubled is. So there is a relation between T off and initial concentration A power of n minus 1. Let's take at T2, the concentration is A2. Let's take initial concentration is A2. At T1, the initial concentration is A1. Let's take the ratio between T2 by T1. It will be equal to A1 by A2, 1 by A2 power of n minus 1 divided by 1 by A1 power of n minus 1. It will be equal to A1 by A2 power of n minus 1. So it's a T2 by T1. Order of the reaction for which half-life doubles. Okay, T2 2 times T1, so the ratio is 2 by 1 is equal to initial concentration of the reactant is doubled. So A2 is 2 times than A1, so it will be 1 by 2 power of n minus 1. So when 2 by 1 is equal to 1 by 2, when n is equal to 0, 2 by 1 is equal to 1 by 2 power of minus 1. So order of the reaction is, what is the order of the reaction? The order of the reaction is 0. The energy diagram that correctly corresponds to an enzyme catalyzed reaction is. We know the role of enzyme. The enzyme, it decreases activation energy without changing energy of reactant and product. There is no change in reactant product energy, but there is a change in activation energy. Okay, this is the, let's take reaction. This is the reaction. In absence of catalyst, this is the reaction. In presence of catalyst, this is the path of the reaction. So there is a change in path of the reaction without change in energy of reactant or product. Here there is a change in reactant energy, so this one is not correct. Here also there is a change in reactant energy. Here there is no change in reactant energy and the product energy, but there is a change in path of the reaction, so this one is correct. Here there is a change in reactant energy and also product energy, this one also not correct. So C is the correct option. A reaction follows the general rate law. Rate is equal to K A B square C. If the concentration of B is decreased by a factor of 3 and the concentration of C is decreased by a factor of 2, the rate of the reaction will decrease by a factor of. Then here, this is the initial rate, K A B square and C. Let's take the concentration of B is decreased by 1 by 3. So then R dash is equal to K A and B by 3 square, and this one is decreased by a factor of 2, so it will be C by 2. So it will be equal to Ka B square and C into 1 by 3 square, it will be 1 by 9 into 1 by 2. So it will be equal to R into 1 by 18. What is the ratio between initial and final? Okay, there is a decrease in rate of the reaction by a factor of 18. So C is the correct option. Activation energy of a certain reaction is 87 kilojoule mole inverse. The ratio of the rate constants of this reaction at 37 degrees centigrade to the reaction at 15 degrees centigrade is. Okay, we know the equation, Arrhenius equation at two different temperatures. This is the equation log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So this is the relation between rate constants at two different temperatures. Here temperatures are given. Here let's take T2 37 degrees centigrade and T1 as 15 degrees centigrade. When you convert it into kelvins, 273 plus 37, it will be 273 plus 15. So you will get 288 here. You will get 310, 310 Kelvin. Okay, then you substitute log K2 by K1 is equal to A is given. This one is 87 into kilojoules. We have to convert into joules, 10 cube divided by 2.303. The R value in joules will be 8.314 and 1 by T1. T1 value is 288 minus 1 by T2. The T2 value is 310. So when you simplify this equation, you will get K2 by K1 is equal to nearly 13 point something. It will be equal to nearly 13 by 1. So C is the correct option. The rate constant of a reaction is 1, 10 at 300 and 600 Kelvin respectively. The activation energy of the reaction is. Here we have to use the same equation log K2 by K1 is equal to A by 2.303 or 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Okay, let's take T2 is equal to 600. This one has T2. This one has T1. So it will be K2. This one will be K1. So log K2 is 10 by 1 is equal to, you have to calculate A value in kilojoules. So you have to take 2.303 into 8.314. This is in joules. and 1 by T1. T1 is 300 minus 1 by 600. Okay, after simplification, you will get A is equal to something 11.5 into 10 cube joules. So it will be equal to 11.5 into 11.5 kilojoules. So C is the correct option. Okay, in coming video, I will explain SUPC entrance questions from chemical kinetics from the year of 2010 to 2015. Thank you. Thank you very much.